Nobody cares for the pain I into your...
Hey guys, welcome back to another Deadzone Battle Report. We're going to be playing Mission 6 in the main rulebook. It is Divide and Conquer. We've got the table already set up. This is the terrain we'll be using today. We'll have 4 different victory locations, which will score you 2 victory points. And the way you control them is you have to be the only character in that cube. We also have our items already set up, which none of them landed in the deployment zones, which is thank goodness. So we're going to have all 8 items all scattered already on the table. Deployments are going to be 2 cubes in, so it's going to be all these here and then 2 up. So that's going to be for both sides, and first person to reach 16 points, since we're going to be playing 150 points, will be the winner. So we'll go and show you the teams that are going to be facing off today. So for the first team, we have the Rebs. They'll be led by a Rebel cell leader. She'll have an energy shield. And then up on top of that, she'll have her troops, which she'll have 5 Reb troopers, all armed with rifles. They'll all have ammo. So give them an additional die on the roll whenever they want to use it. It's a one-time use. We have a Grogon with a Desolator cannon. And he doesn't have anything else. We also have a Pterodon armed with his combat blades and 1 grenade launcher and his flamer. We have a medic. These are all our specialist troops. And then we also have a trusty drone just to try and capture some items. And that is 150 points of the Rebs. And they'll be squaring off against my personal favorite, the Veer-Myn. They'll be led by the pack leader, who is armed with a combat blade. We'll also have the crawlers, armed with their ray guns, nothing special there. We also have the stalkers, 3 of them in the back. They're all going to have combat blades. This will allow them to at least reroll one of their combat dice once they go charging in. For more troop choices, we got our Nightmare armed with his combat drills, and he is also going to have a combat blade and a little pack of rat swarms to kind of fill in points. And then we have a Malignus armed with his chem thrower, and he'll have a grenade that he can throw, which is a frag, or I think it's just frag grenade that he'll have just in case. And that is 150 points of the Veer-Myn. And just a shout out to our Crimson Knight Patreon subscribers, Bob Boyette, Marcus Jacinto. We appreciate all that you do for us. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll for recon test to see who is going to take sides and set up first. So here is for the Veer-Myn. They need 5 ups. And that is probably one of the most terrible rows. 1s and a whole bunch of 2s, so they get no successes. And the Reds are 4 or better. So since they beat them by 1, they're going to be able to roll 1 die on the recon tests. And it's going to be a 4. So with that roll, they'll be able to move 1 model, 1 cube up. As long as there's not an enemy in front of them, they can move up 1. And that doesn't count as a movement. We'll be doing that as soon as everybody is set up and ready to go before we do the first turn. Alrighty guys, so I messed up on the recon test. That was my bad. It's 5 dice per side, and they need to roll their tactician test. So for the Veer-Myn, it is 5 up. So they got 2. So they'll have 2 going in. And now for the Rebs, it is a 4 up. Oh, great. Just great. Let me get another couple of dice here. 3, 4, 5. I had dropped dice all over the place. There we go. So we got 2, 4. So it beats them by 2. So that means we're going to have 2 rolls on the recon test. And see what kind of bonuses that the Rebs are going to have. So we got 2 and an 8. Okay, so since everything else was the same, the Rebs did win, so they chose this side. They set up. This is the setup for right now. So we have the commander with the soldier and the drone hiding behind the building. We have 2 more troopers right behind the Pterodon and the dock. And then we have the Grogon right behind the other 2, well, right with the other 2 troopers kind of taking some cover on this building. The opposite side, we have the Veer-Myn, we have the Stalkers, all kind of hiding out right behind that little shed there with the Malignant, and then we have the Rat Swarm kind of hiding out right next to them as well. And then the Crawlers are right next to them, hoping to run up and get some cover. And the big boys, the Pack Leader and the Nightmare, are hiding behind that building. So they're hoping to try and bum rush the Rebs as quickly as they can, just so they can get hand to hand. Now with the recon test, the 2 was I'm able to look at up to 3 items, and then I have to put them back in their location and put him face down. So I guess we'll take a look at this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but hey, we definitely want that. That's going to be intel points, more intel points. So we know we definitely want to bum rush that, and then we'll take a look at this one. And then that is going to be looks like it's a combat blade. So we'll put that, whoops, we'll put that right back down. You saw nothing. All right. So now the 8th one is I could pick anything I wanted to on the table for the recon. So I'm just going to choose the one that I had originally rolled, which allows to have one of the characters move up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my commander. She's just going to move into this second square right here, just to be ready to come up here and start taking some pot shots at anybody she can see. And that's pretty much it. That's all the first turn shenanigans we had to do. So now it's going to be Rebs turn 1. For the turn, let's go ahead and roll our command dice. So the Veer-Myn are going to have 3 + 1 because of their tactician. So they'll have extra combat, and extra blast. They're not going to be in hand-to-hand yet. So I think I'll keep the shooting because I do have a couple of shots I can do. The extra squares are nice. Extra die and then an extra combat. Well, not much you can do about that. They're going to have to keep that. Go ahead and do the Rebs. Rebs have splats for days. Let me reroll that. More splats. Extra cube movement, extra die. We'll keep those 2. We're going to reroll the splats. And we will take that. That's going to give us some good positioning on the board. Didn't really care for that, but I mean, I guess maybe the Pterodon gets in the hand-to-hand this turn. I doubt it, but well, not much of a choice. We'll have to keep it. All right, now turn 1 Rebs. All right, so beginning the first round, let's go ahead and move the Pterodon. He's just going to go ahead and rush. So he's going to move 1, pick that up, 2, pick that up, and he's just going to hide right behind here. And the blades are kind of in the way, but since we know what these are, we're going to go ahead and just pick those out. We're going to have 2 intel straight off the back. Oh, there we go. Veer-Myn are going to activate, and they're just going to run with their Rat Swarm. It's a rush, so he's going to move 3. He's in this square initially, so he's going to go 1, 2, and 3. He's going to hide right behind here if I can get past this terrain. We're just going to go ahead and activate the medic. He's just going to rush. He's going to go 1, or should I say dash? I think it's called dash. So he's going to dash, get some cover there, but he's going to stay close to the Grogon just to make sure that if he needs healing, he is right there. Going to activate this Crawler, and he's just going to dash also. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, then get some cover here. But most importantly, he's going to have this item with him, and that is looks like it's some sort of a combat drug, but we'll take a look, see what it is. The item that the Veer-Myn had picked up was an adrenaline shot, so that means he's going to get +1/+1 to his speed on the turn that he uses it. Not too bad. Alright, so now for the Rebs, we're just going to move this trooper here. He's just going to do a regular move. He's going to move to here, and he is going to take a shot. He's not going to be out in the open. He's going to have cover. He's going to shoot at that Rat Swarm there. So he's going to have his 3 dice. And he's going to go ahead and use his ammo dump. So he's going to be out of the ammo that he has. Shot we're looking at there. So he is needing 5s or better. Oh, 1 more die because he spent his ammo. Ooh, got an 8. So he's got 2 hits so far. And that's pretty much it. So it's just the 2 Storm needing 6s to save. And I rolled it not in the cube. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Looks like he got 1. Yeah, that's a 4. That's a 7. So he saved 1. It doesn't have any arms, so he's going to take 1 point of damage. Give it another crawler. He's just going to move regular. So he's going to move 1, 2, get into cover here. Just like that. Try and do my best not to hit any terrain, or else everything's just going to be blowing up on me. And let's see what the item is. And looks like it's armor piercing, so he's going to have that. And now let's see, does he have a shot at anybody? So I'm going to say he's got a shot at that Pterodon right there. And I think that's going to be kind of out in the open. So it's going to be a clear shot. He's going to have his 2 dice. So it'll be 5 dice. And we're going to add 1 more die with the command die. So he needs 5s or better. And he has 6 dice. 3 for base, 2 more for out in the open. And then 1 because of the command die we spent. 5s. And he got an 8, so we're just going to take out all the ones that missed. And then we're going to roll another one for the 8. He got a miss. So it's just 2 hits. Pterodon saves on 5s or better, has 3 dice. So he's going to block 1, but he does have tough. So that means, oh, he also has armor, so that's just going to bounce right off. Oh, actually, the Veer-Myn do have weight of fire, so let's go ahead and re-roll one of their dice. That wouldn't have mattered, he still would have missed. And that's just going to bounce off harmlessly off the Pterodon. He's good. We have another shot, why not? Let's go ahead and spin that to shoot again. So he's going to have his 5 dice one more time. And he is going to need 5s or better to hit. Ooh, nice. So let's go ahead and roll the 8. So the 4, and then we'll do our weight of fire. We got a 1. Alright, so he's got 3 successes so far. And now the Pterodon is going to roll his 3, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and roll, add a die, just to make sure that we don't mess up this roll here. We don't want to fall just yet. It's too early in the game. Nice. So he saves 4, he blocks it all. He's good. So with the Rebs' turn now, we're going to go ahead and move this trooper. He's just going to dash. He's going to go 1 and 2. He's going to try and start making his way towards that objective. But he's going to get cover at the same time. Let's just go ahead and go with this crawler. He's just going to go ahead and, I guess, just make a regular movement. So he's going to go 1, 2 into this square here so that he can pick up that item, get some cover behind this, what's it called there, and let's see what this item is. So he's got armor piercing. Man, there's armor piercing all over this field. So he has that, and let's see if maybe he can kind of tap that, and let's see if he has any view to anything. So look like he's gonna have a view right straight at that victim right there out in the open. So it's gonna be 5 dice. Let's take the shot. So he's gonna take his shot, and he's gonna go ahead and spend his armor piercing. That's gonna add an additional die, plus it's gonna give it armor piercing 1 on his gun. So here we go. Let's see if he can take him out. He needs 5s or better. Oops, that's a little too close. Let me there we go. So he's not a bad roll. So he doesn't have any rerolls, but he is going to add an additional die. Oh, looks like, oh wait, right here. And that is another hit. So that means that's 2 out, 3. So he's going to have 4 total hits. So there is no armor on that Rebel Trooper, so he's just going to have to make a good roll here. And let's flub that. There we go. He got nothing. He is toast. Now it is back to the Rebs, and they're going to go ahead and activate this trooper here, and he's just going to, we're going to go ahead and spend 1 die, which is what I should have done in the last one. So he's going to move 1 free space. So he will go to here, and then he's just going to make a dash to try and get to that location there. 1, 2, which he makes perfectly. Unfortunately, he can't take a shot over here to that swarm, but he is going to be controlling that objective for right now. So now Veer-Myn turn, so we're going to activate this stalker. He's just going to spend 1 die to go ahead and move up 1. So he will move to this square, and then he's just going to do a regular move. So he will go 1, 2, and if this doesn't work, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to be right out in the open, but he is going to take his shot there. And he is wide out in the open. And it's a range 2 gun, so he's in range. So he's going to have 5 dice on that Rebel Trooper. So needing 5s or better. 5 dice. Not a bad roll. He got 3. And now the trooper has to save on 5s. Got an exploding 8. He got an exploding 8, so he's going to block it. He's good. Almost forgot. Way to fire. I believe that would have been a miss. Wait, no, actually that might be a hit. Let me double check. No, it is indeed a miss. They need 6s to hit. So that trooper's done. Grogon's going to activate, and he's just going to move up to here with 1. He's going to try and take some cover. And he's going to aim his big gun right down at that victim right there. He's going to have cover, but he is taking his shot either way. 3 dice needing 5s. Gets a terrible roll, so there's no reason to roll defenses because he completely whiffed. So we're going to move this stalker here, and he's just going to dash. So he will go 1, 2, 3 to kind of back up his buddy over here. And he's done. Activate this trooper here, and he's just going to move like so to try and get into position into this building right here. So after moving, you probably won't be able to see him because it's a little too dark, but he is right there at that window. We did spend 1 of our command dice to do the extra movement, so he only spent 1 to move, so he's now going to shoot, and he's actually going to take his shot right at this guy here, and he is going to be in cover. Needing 5s or better to hit. Not a bad roll. He got all 3. And now we're going to need 5s to save for that crawler. Oh, lucky save. I think he saved it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The 8 and the 7 for sure save, so he is good. Gonna activate this crawler here, and he's just gonna try and dash. So he will go 1, 2, 3, end up here, and he's gonna take some cover right behind there, so he won't be able to shoot anything. So, but he is ready to go for the next round. Well, shoot! I should have moved the drone to get the victory points because he actually gains an additional point per intel he found. Oh well. Maybe for the next game. Anywho, let's go ahead and just rush. So he is going to move 3. So he will go 1, 2, and 3. Not really anywhere he can get cover, but he's going to go to that square there, so that way he can take advantage of taking control of that objective. Gem thrower is going to activate. He's just going to go ahead and dash. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to get right behind these guys. He's going to pick this up, and he got looks like it's a grenade. Might be frag. So we're going to go ahead and spend the last regular movement for this trooper here, and he's going to move to here, and then he's going to just do a regular move to there to get cover, and he's going to take a shot at the rat swarm, see if he can't maybe get some more wounds off of it. It's not in the open, so it's going to be just 3 dice. Needs 5s. He got all hits, which is nice, and an exploding 8, but that one does miss. So he's got 3 successes, 6s to save for the swarm. He saves 2, so he's going to take 1 more point of damage. So he's got 2 left. Just going to dash with this and stalker here, and he's just going to take cover. 1, 2, and he's going to try and take some cover right back here with his buddy. The Rebs pretty much only have their cell leader left. So she's just going to do a regular movement. She's going to use this ladder there to just go up one square and take cover right up here. And then she's just going to start taking shots. I guess we'll try and take this guy out up here before he starts taking shots at us. So it's not going to be out in the open. So it's just going to be... she is higher elevation. So I think she might get an additional die. So I'm going to count it as higher elevation. It is a little bit higher than the platform there, so she's going to get an additional die. So she's going to have 4. Yeah, I believe she's going to have 2 hits. So with 2 hits going in, we'll have to save on 5s. Got an 8. He's got to save it. No, I think that takes out the rat. He has no armor. So luckily he did save that 1, and that means that he's flesh wounded, so he's gonna take a wound. And that's gonna be pretty much it for the Rebs. So let's just finish up the Veer-Myn. So with the Nightmare Baron so slow, he's just gonna dash here 1, 2 to get some cover, and then we'll go ahead and move the Packmaster. He's also very slow, so he's just going to go ahead and dash 2 as well. So we'll just put him like so, right behind this area. Oops. Try and get some cover there. And that's going to be pretty much the end of turn 1. We'll count out some victory points and see what we're at. So the Rebs are going to score 2 points there. They control this one as well. 2 more points there. So that's 4 points total that they're going to score, plus the 2 from the intel. So that puts them at 6. They are 10 away from victory. The Veer-Myn have that location there. That's going to be score them 2, but nothing on this corner. But they did kill one of the Reb troopers, so that's going to put them at 3. So at the end of turn 1, it is 6-3 in favor of the Rebs. Let's see if they can hold on to it, though. The Veer-Myn are coming in close. So starting off with the second round, since the Rebs finished first, we're going to go ahead and roll their command dice. Actually, let's go. Yeah, they have the black, so let's see what their command dice are. Oh, 1 more die. So they'll have, looks like extra activations, a splat, 2 cubes. So we're going to re-roll the cube movements. See if we can get some extra shots. No extra shots, but we did get 2 extra die and just 1 cube movement. Well, they're stuck with that. Not much they could do about that. And then let's go ahead and get the Veer-Myn. We'll grab their dice and let's see what they get. They'll have their 4 command dice. And let's see. We definitely want that. Yeah, I guess we'll keep. You know what? We're gonna keep that. We'll see how they do. Actually, they don't. You know what? They don't. They probably won't need the extra shot. Let's go ahead and re-roll that. Well, they're gonna have it either way. So with this Reb soldier and quite a bit of a pickle, he's gonna go ahead and activate. He's gonna try and thin out the ranks here. He's gonna take a shot at one of those stalkers, and he's gonna have an open shot. So it's gonna be 5 dice. He's gonna spend his ammo. So it's going to make 6 dice, and let's see if he can get one of these guys down. So he needs 5s. He has no 8s, but he just get 3. And then the stalker is going to go ahead and try and retell here and try and block. And he blocks 1, but he has no armor. He's going to take 2, and that's going to be 1 dead stalker. So with the lucky shot, we're going to go ahead and spend an extra activation, and we're going to go ahead and activate this fella right here. And since we see that malignant back there, we know what he has. We're not going to jump into one big old cube and give him the opportunity to just rip us up. We're going to activate this guy here. He's just going to move to this square. He's going to have a wide open shot to that stalker, and he's going to take another shot. So now we're looking at 5 dice, and he's going to go ahead and spend his ammo. Go ahead and just thin out that rank there, and he's going to need 5s. So both of these guys have spent both their ammo. Not the greatest roll. He only got 1. And now let's see if The stalker can block, and he does not, but he's only going to take a wound. He's still alive. So we're going to activate the rat swarm on the Veer-Myn side, and he's just going to go ahead and rush into this square here. He's going to try and take out, oh, that something fell. He's going to try and take out this trooper here, and let's see what the result is. So the rat swarm's going to have his 3 dice, +1 for charging in. He is not a bigger model, and he is not outnumbered, and he is not wounded. So he's wounded, but that's going to be a bonus for the Reb trooper. So he needs 5s, and gets a terrible roll. And now the Reb trooper is going to have his 3 dice defense and +1 because his enemy is wounded, and he's going to choose to fight back. See if he can't claw his way out of there or knife his way out of it. Looks like he might have gotten 1. Looks like that 5 is going to hit. So on the contrary, never mind. He hits on 6s. So that is a big whiff on both sides. So the Rebs are going to go, and we're going to go with the commander, and she's going to take a shot right down there. We're going to aim at the stalker, since he is much more nastier in hand-to-hand. So he is going to be in cover. So that means that she will have 3 dice, +1 for being in higher elevation, and we are going to spend 1 command die so that we can have an additional shot. So we're spending the die. So that means she'll have her 3, 1 for elevation, and then 1 because of the bonus die for the command. She's going to need, I believe it's 4s or better. She did get an exploding 8. That was a 1, so that's a miss. So we're just going to take those out, and she should have, looks like 4 hits. Walker is just going to try and survive, and he needs 5s or better to survive. He gets none. All 4 are going to go through. That's going to obliterate that stalker. Veer-Myn are going to go, and now the Nightmare is going to take some action here. He's going to spend 1 command die to move up 1 square. So he's going to move to here, and then he's just going to rush. He's going to rush this way, and he's going to get in a hand-to-hand and get into the same area as the Pterodon. And let's get the Battle of the Behemoths going. So he'll have his 3 dice, +1 for charging in, and we're going to spend a bonus command die to add an additional die to that attack. So that means that we're going to be rolling 5 dice. He's going to be hitting on 4s or better. Gets a really good roll. Yeah, I guess not too bad. He's actually going to go ahead and use his combat knife, and I believe that allows him to re-roll one of these. Let me see. So that's going to get him an 8. So now the explosion gets him another 8. Gets him another 8. And that's it. But he's going to have all these hits right here, except for that 2. So actually, he does have Frenzy 1, so that means he gets an additional reroll. So we roll that 1 miss, but he did roll a 1, so that didn't matter. So now we're going to have 3 dice, and we're going to try and save this Pterodon. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and spend this extra die just to see if we can try and survive. And hopefully we can withstand this onslaught. He gets his own 8 there. And that's about it. Uh-oh, that's not good. So I'm pretty sure the 5 and the 8 are going to save, but that 1, 2, and 3 is a problem. Alright, so the drills do have AP 1, so that means that there is no armor for the Pterodon, so he is going to save on 5s or better, so that means 2 of these are going to get negated. He's going to have tough, and that's pretty much going to be it. So 4 go through. That's enough to kill the Pterodon. The Pterodon goes down. Ouch. That is not good for the Rebs. Now the Rebs are going to activate, and they're going to go ahead and get the Grogon to get a little bit of retribution here. He's going to take a shot at that Nightmare. He's going to have his 3 dice, and he's going to go ahead and use the AP round that he bought. So it's going to give an additional die. On top of that, it'll be an additional -1, making it a whopping AP 4. So that means there's going to be no armor for the Nightmare. It's going to need 4s or better to hit. Actually, I think it's 5s or better. He did get an 8. So So it is indeed 2 hits. That's not going to kill the Nightmare though, but he does save on 4s or better. Let's see if he can't survive. And he's going to save 1. He's going to take 1 point of damage. These 2 fail. Blocks 1. He has no armor, but he is going to take a damage, so he's going to have 2 wounds left. Going to get a little more up close and personal here with this stalker. He's going to charge in. So that means he will have 3 dice plus 1 for the charging in. And he will go ahead and use his combat knife to go ahead and add an additional die. Oops, my bad. Combat knife allows him to reroll 1 die. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. Oops, 1 more die because he did charge in. And the reroll, because of the combat knife, he got 3 hits. And say he's gonna try and fight back. See if he can't maybe take him out himself. No dice. I believe he needed 6s, so I think he's gonna get killed. So indeed, they save on 6s, and down goes this Reb. So the Rebs are gonna activate. We're just gonna go ahead and activate the soldier that's hiding right inside that building, and he's gonna aim at that Nightmare, see if he can't finish him off. So he should have a clean shot, so it's going to be 5 dice. And I don't have anything else to add to it, so he's just going to need 5s or better to hit. And he got 3 hits. We'll go ahead and spend, we'll spend 1 of these dice to do a reroll on 1 of these. And no such luck. So it's just going to be 3 hits. Nightmare's going to save on 4s. And he blocks it all. He is laughing at that gun. So Veer-Myn are going to activate, and this fella here is just going to jump. Actually, he's not even going to jump. He's just going to go here so he can take control of this. And he's going to take a shot at that little drone. So it will be a clean shot, so it's going to be 5 dice. So he's going to need 5s or better to hit. And it does have rapid fire. And it has, not rapid fire, I forgot what it's called. Weight of fire. Gives him a reroll 1. And I think that's it. So he does miss. He's going to get at least 3 hits there. And then he did get an exploding 8. That's what I was going to roll. Alright, so he got that many hits there. And now the drone is saving on 5s. He got an 8 and a couple of 1s. And another 1. So he's going to at least block 1. And then he's going to have his energy shields. So my bad. They have a range hit of 6. So actually the 5 miss. So it's going to be 3 hits. That's going to block that, so you're going to have to at least get 2 6s for his shields to try and block this. He got an exploding 8. No, he's going to take a point of damage. Well, sad to say that the drone only has 1 wound, so that 1 point of damage goes through and down it goes. So we're going to activate this Reb soldier here, and he's just going to go into hand-to-hand. Try and take out that swarm. It's going to have 3 dice plus 1 because it's wounded. And I believe he is wounding on 6s. Just clear this dice out. Need some 6s. He's got a whopping 1. And the rat swarms are just going to fight back. Looks like he's going to hit. Looks like it's just going to counter, and it's just going to be blocked. So, yep, indeed, it is a stalemate, and nothing happens there. Veer-Myn are going to activate, and this crawler is just going to shoot right up here against the leader. So, he's going to be 3 dice, and he's not on higher elevation, so it's just going to be 6s to hit. And he whiffs. He gets nothing. Alright, medic, you're going to have to take one for the team here. So, he's just going to move 1 using the bonus die. He's going to move this way over here to this, and then he's just going to dash. So So 1, jumping over this, 2. He's gonna try and take control of that. So now it's all Veer-Myn. So this crawler here is just gonna move up through here. Moving is 2. He's gonna go up to this section here, and he's just gonna take an open shot at this Reb Trooper. And he's gonna go ahead and use his armor piercing just so he can get that bonus die. So he's gonna have 6 dice. So 6 die attack. Needing 6s. Ugh. He got 1. He does have weight of fire. See if that helps. No, it does not. And then the Red Trooper just saves on 5s. He got the 8, so that's for sure going to block it. So we did have another fire, open fire, so let's do it. He's going to have his 5 dice once again. Needing 6s. Same result. And saving on 5s. Got that 8 again, blocks it again. So the Pack Master is just going to move. He's going to dash 1, 2, and just be behind this pipe to be ready for the next round. And we're going to activate this. Looks like it's a crawler. So he's just going to move up to here, and he's going to take a shot at the dock. He has, oh, that's the one that gives, oh, he gives a +1 actually. You know what? We'll spend it, and he's going to go ahead and get +1 to his movement. He's going to dash. So that means he's going to go 1, 2, enough to get into this zone and start a combat with the dock. So he's going to have the 3 +1 because he charged in, and that's pretty much all the bonuses. So he is going to need 5s because he's unfortunately not a stalker, but he gets one heck of a row. He's got 2 8s, and then the 6. So that means that all these are going to hit. Remember, dock saves on 6s. Oh, not a good start. So the dock saves on 5. So he saved 1, but he has energy shield 3. So he's got to get a couple of 6s here to try and survive. He only got 1. So that means, oh, he was surviving. So two's gonna block 2, but 2 are gonna go in. So that means he might be dead. Let's double check. Yep, indeed it was. It was enough to take down the dock. He had 2 wounds, but he has no armor, nothing to block those 2 hits. So down goes the dock. The Malignant is going to move, and he's going to take control of this location. And he's going to take his grenade shot with range 2. 1, 2, shooting at that one guy there. Alright, so it is a flaming attack, not a grenade launcher, my bad. So it's just a 3 die attack die using his range, which is a 5 or better. So he's going to have only 1 success, so that means that he has to save on 5s. He does save, but that means that he is now on fire. So that is the end of the round. So now let's count up victory points. So for the Rebs, they didn't really kill too much. All they had was 2 kills for the crawlers, or the stalkers. So they're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're at 8 points. They're halfway there. Now for the Veer-Myn. The Veer-Myn, they killed 2 troopers, so that's 2 points. They killed the pterodons, another 3 points. That's 5 points. They killed the dock. That's 6. They held 1 location last turn. That's 2 points. And they actually hold all the locations now. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 points, so that pretty much sealed the deal there. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh actually 15, because he was worth 3 points. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16. The Veer-Myn out of nowhere took the lead and the game in round 2. Wow, that was a huge turn of events there that just happened. And Rebs just ran out of guys, unfortunately, and they just couldn't stop the swarm coming through. Also, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe below, just so that way you won't miss out on any future content we do release. We are trying to slowly catch back up from all the holiday shenanigans and get videos pumping out on a regular basis. Thank you all so much for all the love and support you're giving to the channel. Keep rolling dice and always paint your walls crimson, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
The mask in the stride of well